Placenta encapsulation, yes or no? So welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia Darleen, for those of you that are new to my channel. And for those of you that have been following me and following my pregnancy journey, welcome back. Like I said, if you are new, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I come out with a new video. And for those of you that, like I said, have been following my journey, know that I am 38 weeks pregnant. Also have a toddler. I mean, you can tell I'm 38 weeks pregnant probably just by the shortness of breath that I have. This is just a video that I'm going to talk about placenta encapsulation, the benefits, the risks, the pricing, my thoughts, and also what my doctor had to say about it. Because with my first, we had a C-section, and not emergency section, but kind of like, we can't let you leave because you're gonna have a C-section tonight. So my birth plan pretty much went out the window with when I wanted to do, you know, more of the natural stuff. So I didn't really learn about placenta encapsulation at all with my first pregnancy. So like I said, I had to have that C-section because my baby was breech and my fluids were low. So they just let us know we had to have a C-section at week 37. So I didn't go into pretty much anything I wanted on my birth plan, and I didn't even learn about placenta encapsulation. I kind of heard it being thrown around, but I didn't know much about it. I also didn't know any of the benefits about it. So with baby number 2 right now, like I said, I'm 38 weeks pregnant. I took an online birthing course, and in that course they discussed a lot about it and more of the benefits about it. So that pretty much got me super interested to do my own research about it. So I wanted to kind of just share what I learned with you guys. So I'm pretty much not a huge fan of wanting to eat my placenta or make it into like a jerky or anything like that. I personally could not stomach that, so I became interested in the little capsules. So the placenta encapsulation is just when they steam your placenta and then they will dehydrate it, grind it up into like a very fine powder, and then place it into little capsules. So that's what that means. So there's a difference between just consuming it. Like I know some people will just like grill it and eat it up. Like I said, I probably could not do that. So this is just another type of thing that you can do to also consume your placenta, is make it into the capsules. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 5 benefits of placenta encapsulation. So number 1 is a decrease in mood disorders, postpartum mood disorders. So whether that's postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. So they say that the hormones in your placenta will really help decrease those baby blues and those postpartum depression and anxiety. The placenta pills are non-addictive and they're not habit forming. I mean, it's better than having to take antidepressants or anything like that. It's just more natural because in your placenta you're pretty much consuming your own hormones, the hormones that you created during your pregnancy. So I think it's a much healthier choice. If it's something that you want to avoid or try to avoid, is that like postpartum depression or anxiety, or if it's something that you struggled with your previous pregnancies, then I think it's a pretty good idea to just to help your body with those hormones, because it's going to be a huge shift from when you go from being pregnant to baby is no longer in there. Your hormones are kind of out of whack. So with these pregnancy hormones that are already in your placenta, I think it's a pretty good idea just to even try it. I mean, try to balance out your hormones so you don't get that depression or anxiety. Okay, so number 2 is breastfeeding. So the pills are supposed to help you just have an increase in your milk supply. So I know that's like one of the big struggles of a breastfeeding mom, is they worry about not having enough milk supply. So like for me, even with my first, I remember just having like those lactation teas and lemonades and cookies and just making sure that I was trying to eat well, drink lots of water. I mean, of course, that is super important to eat well and drink lots of water. But I mean, how awesome would it be to have an abundance of milk supply, you know, right away just from taking these placenta pills? So that's another one. That's number 2, is it's supposed to help with the increase in milk supply. Okay, so number 3 is an increase in oxytocin. So this is supposed to help encourage that positive bonding hormone between you and baby. So oxytocin is in your placenta. That'll help increase that hormone, make your bond even stronger with your baby. Your placenta is an endocrine organ, so that pretty much just means that it produces hormones. So that's why you could get those hormones still in the organ. So that's why when you take them, there's still like studies that those hormones are still in there, so you can get those effects because those hormones are in your placenta still. So this hormone drops after you give birth, so this kind of gently just helps it regulate. Also, it helps your uterus to go back to normal size. Okay, so number 4 is less fatigue, less stress hormones, and more energy. So yes, you probably still will be tired because, you know, having a newborn, you're going to be waking up constantly throughout the night, constantly throughout the day. You know, hopefully it's not too bad, but this is supposed to help you not to feel as fatigued, to get your energy back up to what it was before pregnancy. And like I said, just to help regulate all those hormones, because now that baby's out, your body just needs to learn how to regulate them. Okay, and number 5 is the restoration of iron levels in your body. So your body just went through something pretty traumatic, you know, giving birth. You probably lost blood, if not a lot of blood. So you want to just make sure that you are restoring the iron levels in your body. If you are dealing with any kind of anemia or you're not eating enough iron, that can also be a reason why you are feeling depressed or anxious. So just so you know, this will help with the iron storages too. So that's all 5 of the benefits of placenta encapsulation. Okay, so let's talk about some of the risks of placenta encapsulation. So yes, a lot of women feel really good by taking the placenta pills, but some women even report headaches, dizziness, jitters, and stomach distress. So if that's something that you are dealing with after you are taking the placenta pills, you might have to lower your dose or just cut them out completely. So that is a risk that you might get something like that. So there's also a risk of contamination because placenta is a live organ. It's going to be treated like raw meat. So pretty much with raw meat, you have to keep it at a certain temperature, either, you know, cold or hot. So when you are transporting your placenta, you have to make sure that it's on ice. Of course, it has to be below 40 degrees. And when you are steaming it or cooking it, it has to be above 140 degrees. So that will help it to stay out of that danger zone where bacteria and contaminants can flourish. So you want to make sure that you are definitely keeping track of these temperature. You want to have good temperature control so none of the bacteria can kind of get in there and then make you sick later. So I feel like that's pretty understandable. I mean, if you have someone that's doing your placenta encapsulation that is very experienced, then I don't think that will be an issue, especially if you're going through a business, then I don't think it is an issue. You just want to make sure that those temperature controls, they're being monitored very well. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. So in my town, I've had a couple of placenta businesses that I've researched, and they're both around $250 to $300 to get your placenta encapsulated by a business. Okay, so now, I mean, I did talk to my doula and she had a recommendation of someone that does it locally. I reached out to her. She only charged $100.
What?
She only charged $100.
Nice.
So I know that you can go through a business if you feel more comfortable. It's going to be a little bit more pricey than if you go to somebody, you know, that just does it locally. So that's completely up to you. But I know that some health insurances do cover that. So it'd be good to check with your insurance and see if placenta encapsulation is covered by your insurance, or at least part of it. So with me, just my thoughts real quick, I wanted to do the placenta encapsulation pretty much just to help with like mood, to help with like the baby blues, with the anxiety, and the increased milk supply. That's like the big main reasons that got my attention of wanting to do it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I mean, I'm gonna go with someone more local, so it's gonna be a little bit more cheaper for me than if I went with a business. And like I said, I'm going with someone that my doula recommended, so I know that she has experience. And my doula is all about placenta encapsulation. She didn't bring it up to me. I actually brought it up to her because I wanted to hear her thoughts about it. And she said to go for it. You know, it's a good idea. Yes, there are risks, but there's risks in everything. and just to try it and see if it really does help my mood and it does help my milk supply. She's had really good feedback of people that have taken placenta pills, so I want to just go ahead and try it and see if it does help. I mean, it couldn't hurt at this point. I just want to go ahead and like I said, just go for it and try it. I did talk to my OBGYN about it at my appointment. I kind of just mentioned it to her. I wanted to hear her thoughts. She just mentioned that the placenta is a big organ. It has lots of hormones in it. She said that to get those good effects of the placenta, you pretty much have to consume it raw, you know, to get all that. Of course, for me, I'm not going to be eating my placenta raw. I'm probably not even going to cook it because I couldn't stomach it. I just think that's gross. Like I said, I couldn't eat it. The pills kind of made it more okay to consume, but she was just saying when you steam it and dehydrate it that you lose a lot of the benefits of the placenta. So she just mentioned that to me. I did do some other research and I found, I mean, these are small research studies, but I did find in one of them that the hormones are still there. Even if you do dehydrate it and put it into these capsules, the hormones are still present. But this research study didn't go into if women felt better, if they had less depression and anxiety. It was just showing if it had the hormones visible there. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try it and just see if it helps. I'll probably make a video probably in like a couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm only 38 weeks. I haven't even had the baby yet, but I'm just, you know, planning ahead. I want to go ahead and try it, and I'll probably make a video, like I said, maybe 6 weeks after I'm taking the placenta pills, as long as everything, you know, goes as planned. We'll see how that, you know, goes, but I am gonna probably plan on doing this, and then I'll make a video and you can come back and see if I felt any changes. Everyone's different, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. So in this video, I just talked about the risks, the benefits, pricing, my thoughts, and what my doctor had to say about it. So I hope this video was beneficial to you. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, or if it's something you have done or are thinking about doing, just so I can hear your guys' side and your guys' thoughts about it. So like I said, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.